Hello there, welcome back. I am Sir Ender and we are building the city of Arcturus. So we have our forestry industry and oil industry here. And I've recently put in another highway exit. So we'll have to watch this intersection here off of that exit, make sure it doesn't get too crowded. We might need to put in a roundabout. And then we have come across using those new intersections, come across the other side of the highway. So today I'm thinking we should probably terraform around this dried up bay, so we have a little bit more room to put a road down through and connect all of these intersections, and then we can expand the city over here in the future. So let's come into the building menu and start on that. So we'll go into landscaping tools here, and I do have a couple mods that are probably affecting this, so things might be a little different. Let me go to my mod list just so you can see it. So there's the first part, and then scroll down and there's all the mods that I've got if you need a list. Alright, so let's get to the terraforming here. I think what we want to do is use the leveling tool first, and we don't need a huge brush size, but I want to make sure maybe a little bit more than that. 150 is what I usually go for. So if you right click with this, you'll pick the level that you're going to use for when you left click. So I've right clicked here, so we'll take this level, because I think that's what, yeah, it goes all the way through here. And we want to make some room for this intersection to come out, and I'll fix that a little bit later. We want to continue all the way down through here, all the way, and make room for this intersection also. Zoom out a little bit. I'll grab this little bit of area here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab more than I really want, and then we'll use the smoothing tool and smooth the bank a little bit anyway, so that it'll cut back on it. I think I actually do want to take a huge amount of this though, because there's just not enough room for this intersection. So I'm going to grab like that and like that, so that I have enough room for both of those. And I'm going to go ahead and take some of this, move around, let's see, do that. A little bit more, and then I'll smooth that out and it'll kind of go away. And I think I'll go ahead and kind of do that. See if we can get a little bit of peninsula going on out there. And then I think I'm going to reflood this, and I'll leave the boat in there. And that way it'll make a little bay that will have increased land value around it. I don't really know what I want to do with the other side here. It's got this mountain and a ruined wall or something on it. We could make that into a park, or we could just flatten it all out, delete everything. I think I'll just leave it for now, because I'm really just concerned about this crescent shaped part here. That's where we will build mostly. I think I will grab this rock with the move it mod. Hashtag save the rock, as Biffa says. Definitely want to keep it. I don't want to put it right directly across from the highway intersection. I'm going to move it over here. I guess there's really two of them. We'll spin them around a little bit and see if we can sandwich them back together. There we go. We can do a little park themed area there. Alright, so while I'm in the Move It mod, we'll grab this node here and I should be able to set that at the same size with Control H as that, or same height, and that should be exactly the same height that I was using before. And we'll do the same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and use this height rather than try to make it the same height as like the rest of the intersection. Okay. So let's go ahead and see, exit out of that mod and use the picker to grab this type of road. Oh, that jumped the game a little bit. So we want to come straight out from there. I'm just going to go. I still need to use the smoothing tool, so I'm going to go to there. That should be plenty of room. And then I'll do the same there. Come out from that. We may end up needing to do roundabouts like we have this one. So kind of want to make sure I have some room out here. Now let's see, how do I want to connect these up? This one does have a roundabout on it. I might just go ahead and put that in. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this one a little bit straight and then curve it into this. Let me go ahead and come off of here straight, turn off those road guidelines as usual. If I come out like 2 of the block units, that should be enough. And I don't necessarily even have to use this style of road, but I think I'll just leave it for now. And I'll just try to connect those. Now I do want the road guidelines. I want to come out to there. Yeah, that should be straight into the other one. Now, we can try to connect up these other two. I don't know if I want to keep those trees in there or not. I think I'll keep them for now. Let's see. That was about 15 units out from the road, or I put that. Oh, I guess that's probably, yeah, that's where the node was. So I'll just go ahead and do that again. And we don't want them now. Oh, road guidelines. Okay. Definitely want to come out straight here for a little bit longer. Yeah, that's about where this straight part ends too. So then maybe, let's see, do I want to come out? No, I don't think so. I think I better go ahead and curve that in. We do need the road guidelines back for this to get a straighter curve here. A straighter curve, or a more uniform curve. How's that? Okay, so now we want to switch roads to the 3-lane one-way road to use for our roundabout with no parking. Yes. Go ahead and turn that back to straight roads. And we'll turn on our roundabout mod with Control O. And if we open up that road again, now that's switched our road there. So click on the roundabout mod and we'll go back in here and build the roundabout. I think I'm just going to leave it on the default. I increased the size for this one, but we have more room over there. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the default size here and here. Oh, I need that back. Okay. So that gives us a nice little collector road for this side of the highway. We don't really have an analogous situation here, but we kind of have a start of one that would come down this road here and then curve around up to this. And then on this side it would be this road. So we may end up expanding this one out too. Depends on if we keep continuing it down here. I mean, there's really nothing much to do down here, just more forestry. or if we would jump across to this island down here, I don't know. But with the amount of traffic here, it shouldn't really get bad enough to need to increase the size of that, I don't think. But this part here, you're collecting from the whole rest of the city, so it might need even more expansion than what it's at. It's a 4-lane now. It might need 6 lanes. Okay, so now that we've got the roundabouts built, I'm thinking we might need to just delete this road coming out this way. I think I will. Delete those. So now we'll go back into the terrain modifications and use the smoothing tool or softening tool. And I want to turn the brush strength down, way down, so it doesn't go too fast on me. And I want a much bigger size of brush. And I'm just going to click lightly around here so that it doesn't kind of go overboard and undo everything I've done. Just in case it might do that. Since I've got the brush strength down, it shouldn't, but I've definitely had it where I've expanded something out and then forgot to turn the brush strength down and basically just undid everything. Alright, so that looks a little bit more natural now. It's quite deep, deeper than I thought it was going to be. And now what I think I will do is let the water in. So there's no reason not to right now, I don't think. And I need to see where it's going to be. Let's see. Let me go ahead and go to the terrain heights. Here we go. So that'll tell us where the water level. So this is where the water level should be. Hopefully that's where it will end up, because I don't want to end up flooding more over here than I intended to, because I need some land. Alright, so let's go back into here. We should be able to just use the smoothing tool and kind of reduce the size. Oh, autosave. And the game is running, so it should flood over as soon as I get to a certain point here. I think it's going to. No, maybe not. Or maybe it'll be really slow. You know, I think that's kind of neat because it's going so slow. So I'm just going to let it go. We'll see how long it takes to fill up the lake. Now, I guess if I was one of those crazy YouTubers that likes to impress people with their antics, I would have built a town down here and flooded it or something like that. But I'm just playing to build here. So that should fill up, I think it was most of the way up the side of the bank here. So we'll have a little bit to build out onto here, and we can always expand it later if we really want to. So that should make some nice high value land to build on. I will need to branch off of this road out here in different places to build the grid or rough outline of what we want to eventually do with the neighborhoods. And I would like to keep three-way intersections as much as possible, so I'll kind of stagger them going on either side of the road. But for right now, that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and go back into the road menu here and get back to this 4-lane road. Go ahead and extend this out all the way to the end there. Whoa, jumpy game. And to about there. So that's the area we've got over here. Nice big area, and this will be kind of a connector, and we can connect it over onto this side. Which that'll be good for the intersections too, because there won't be that much traffic going through these two, because there won't be very much stuff over here. This one could get kind of busy, I suppose, on this intersection. But of course this road hopefully will alleviate some of that, because they'll come down here to get on the intersection, or get into the intersection, or all the way down here and go across if they're trying to get to work in the farms or something like that. Slowly but surely the water's creeping down here. Oh, it has to fill up this little basin here first. Okay, so let's go back into the roads and grab just my regular street road here. I'm thinking we can go ahead and put some residential in. And you know, I think I might go ahead and put it over on this side. I think I will. So I'm just going to come out right here. Turn those road guidelines off. I want this to attach right to the end of that part. And just go straight out. And let's see, we'll try to grab kind of the same place right towards the end of the straight part here. Now the question is, can we connect those with a smooth curve that kind of follows the same line as that? I don't know. Try to do that. Well, they're connected, so. And then if I put one basically right in the middle, it should use up that space pretty well. I think I'm just going to use some high density residential in there. And I think it probably will just be the regular kind of residential. And then I like to go, I don't want to use this section. Let me turn that off. I don't want to use this grid right here because it's right off the highway, and I don't want anybody stopping in there to like deliver to a store or something like that. So I like to grab the road and drag it all the way over to here, and then I'll use a path right through there, and then I'll make sure everything that's built is off of this road. So that way there won't be any craziness going on the highway exit. I'm going to extend that as far as it'll go. I'll probably line trees on this side so that the highway noise is kind of blocked off a little bit. And put some paths down the middle in this blank space here. And I'll do the same on this side. I did not grab the straight stretch, did I, on this road? So I think what I will do is come from this side and go in there. So I must have been one section off from where this straight part ended. I think it ends here, and I'll put my road into there. But that won't really matter. The grid is still fairly covering everything fairly well. And what I can also do is use the mod, I guess it was available there. Use this mod and turn off the grid from inside of this road. Let me see. There we go. To right click on that. So I'll turn off the grid from being here, and then I'll turn it off here also. So now this is the area that's really available, and I'll turn off the grid on the roundabout. I like this mod because it lets you grab all this available space that normally would be taken up by these round roads putting weird, grids out into the middle of it. You can build a path around, and that will stop the grid from forming, but that also juts out into your space out here, I guess, and it prevents your grid itself. So this is a much better option. I think I'll go ahead and do it on this roundabout too. We don't need to be building on a roundabout for sure. And then I'll do it here because eventually we'll have it. That's strange, it won't go on that one. We'll take that off. I don't know why. We'll just deal with that later. Eventually I'll build out roads and build grids out into to this area here. For now we'll just do that. Grab some high density. And, well, you can see. Before I do that, let's go ahead and put down a fire station. Let's see, this is the normal vanilla one, so I'll use that. Let me see, where are our other ones? There's one right here. So let's actually put one. Let's just use one, I think. Do I want it on the main road? Not really. Put one there, and then one over here whenever I eventually build over there will be pretty good, I think, with that. I better put a clinic over here. It's a different kind of hospital. That's huge. Instead of the clinic, I want the regular vanilla clinic right there. And do we even need police? They're usually... No, we've only got two, so yeah, we don't have anything over here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just use the small police station. Let's see. Do that there. Okay, so those are the services. We will need some schools. I better go ahead and do that now. Do 2 elementary schools. So that, and then a high school. This is interesting. That is huge. I don't know why would you want the high school that's exactly the same as this one, but way bigger. I'm not sure. We'll put that right by the medical clinic. Alright, now let's zone in our high density residential. Let's use the brush. I guess we need a bigger brush than that. I'm going to go ahead and turn or pause the game while I do this because I want to make sure I don't get any weird sizes growing. I'm going to go ahead and paint all of this, but I don't know if we will leave that there. So we'll just put an announcement. If you build a house here, we might bulldoze it later. So do it at your own risk. And I'll just grab all of this in high density. So we are still trying to hit that milestone. So I think that's everything. I'm going to leave it just on the vanilla houses for now. Now we'll need some water, and I'll go ahead and start the simulation. Let's see, how can we get water pipes over here? There's one that's close. Let's grab it and go like that, and then come down to there, and cross this road, and down to this intersection, and then we'll go down. Let's see, can we get that to snap to a grid? Sure why it's not snapping to a grid. Turn on road guidelines here, will it work? No. Aha, so with I have a mod for the construction and I press control and it makes it snap to a grid. Okay, so come down, do the same thing here. And I'll just try to eyeball the center of it here. Make sure we grab everything, get it all covered. And come down this road, try to get to the center of that. Let's just do that for good measure. And we'll come to the middle of this roundabout also. Approximately to the middle. Can we get any better than that? Perhaps not. Let's come to there. And that road guideline works. I really like one to go to the end of that though. There we go. I better go ahead and connect that just for the sake of these houses, just in case. Okay, I'm going to stop there for now. See what grows in here. Definitely getting some of the European stuff growing. I turned all that on. I suppose I haven't really built much high density. No, I didn't build any except for these type buildings over here. So that's why we haven't seen any European style buildings yet, I guess. Other than these commercial ones. That's interesting. I wonder if whenever they upgrade they'll switch themes and go to like the just regular high-rise looking ones or not. I don't know. Let's check our milestone here and see. So we're at 9,000, we need 13,000. This ought to get us pretty close, I think. Okay, we had a little hiccup there. Okay. So, I think we'll stop here for today. We still need to continue on with our university here. This is going pretty well. I did fund one of the academic works, so we'll see what happens there. We still haven't passed the first year. I'm not quite making much money, or any money, yet. So... we'll just see what that gets us. And let's come down here and look at our new area. Oh, the water's starting to fill up. We're covering up the boat. So before too much else happens, I will say thanks a lot for everyone who likes my videos and subscribes. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.